Hi, everybody. I'm John Reed. I'm a 37-year resident of West Bloomfield, and I've been a taxpayer for 25 years. I have 4 kids who attended these awesome schools, so I'm really proud of them. And every step of the way, they've had nothing but incredible teachers and people that they've met. So thank you very much for that. I just did a little research on my own because as a parent, I'm very concerned, and I should be. First thing I'm most concerned about is the fact that for my $8,000 in property taxes that I paid this year, I wasn't allowed to park in the school parking lot. So that kind of bummed me out. Not sure why, but I was told to go away. This is, according to, if you read district websites around the state, and I looked at local school districts that are comparable to ours and are actually our neighbors. And according to transparency reporting and current fund equity balances, this is what the districts around us, how their current situation is. I know that we're all quote unquote in the same situation, but if anybody would like to check, currently right now, the following districts that are around us have these. This is their fund equity balances. The Wall Lake schools have a $5 million surplus. The Waterford schools have a $10 million surplus. Birmingham has a $13 million surplus. Farmington has a $14 million surplus. The Bloomfield Hills schools has a $21 million surplus. I thought that Plant Moran picked a perfect night to show up. As a concerned citizen, I'm not sure why our district right now, based on what they said, a little more accurate than what your website said, but all those districts that immediately border us have surpluses, and we have an $8.5 million deficit. Why are we as a district so fundamentally different than those around us? Shouldn't we all be somewhat similar? Do you as a board really know what you're doing? If we compare ourselves to the districts around us, it appears that you do not know how to manage the resources you've been given. My understanding is your primary solution is to cut salaries, a one-dimensional approach to what clearly is a multi-dimensional problem. Do you need help? Have you sought help? Have you asked other districts what they're doing? It doesn't appear that way. The state has rejected your budget proposal 3 times. Have they lost trust and confidence in you? 8 top administrators have left. Those would be people that we've defined as our district's leadership. My question is, you know, if someone offered me $70,000 and I could find another job in this economy, I probably would consider leaving. But I think the more serious question or issue to be asked is, did these top people leave because they've lost trust and confidence in your ability to do the job? Your teachers, your school, even without financial resources, you guys talk about it all the time, and it's really why I'm here as a parent. You still have clearly one of the top ranked school districts in the state of Michigan. Clearly, the teachers in the classrooms have done their jobs. Why haven't you done yours? Look around. It appears to me that most of your staff has lost a lot of trust and confidence in you. Parents have left the district. I know key members of the SOS committee that are actually personal friends of mine, people that I stood up and donated money to and went to the rally and stuff like that, and they've left too. And you know, that just concerns me. I'm really confident you won't answer my questions. Why should you? I'm only a taxpayer. You're a board whose you're a board whose actions are supposed to be transparent and accountable to the community. But I already know what you're going to say, as I have for the last year and a half. Our district's attorney has advised us not to speak. Most people would interpret your unwillingness to have open dialogue with the community and failure to admit that serious financial management mistakes quite possibly have been made is that you may quite possibly have lost complete trust and confidence in yourselves. Is it totally the economy state fault? I'm not sure. You've been provided with the resources and other districts around you have gotten by. Is it the administration or the teachers' fault? You continue to be one of the top ranked districts in the state, in spite of not having the resources. Is it the community's fault? They've stepped up constantly through the SOS campaign and the PTOs that provide incredible resources for kids. How many districts can say that they have an $8,000 smart board in every classroom of a K-1 building? I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't even, worry about that. I'm not really worried about the present, but I'm really worried about the future. And I think one of the things is for people to say, well, I'm really proud of the accounting because we're $8 million in the hole. I just have a hard time with that. I think that if we don't take seriously what we're doing and start to make some serious changes and take some ownership for the problem, I think that I haven't heard any acknowledgement for ownership for the problem. And we just can't keep pointing the fingers. Somehow or other, the people that are in charge of the finances in the state of the district need to take some responsibility and take some ownership. I haven't seen that display. And it just, when people say that the whole state's in the same situation, we are, but they're not. Other school districts have taken the responsibility, have managed the money, and it kept the future of our kids in the forefront. That's what I have to say, and I hope you guys ask for some help because I think we need it.